Today we have something special. We're going to do beef skewers, and we're going to use New York strip steaks. Buying the meat is everything, just like it was with the brisket video, but I will take you through, again, prime, choice, select are the three grades that we normally look at, and prime being the best, choice being second best, and select, of course, being the worst of the top three grades. So prime is what we chose, and we will cube these steaks out and place them into a marinade, and then later today we'll put them on skewers and go to the Traeger with them. So when we take these New York strip steaks, we're going to cube them, but I want to trim them before I cube them because I don't need any of this outer fat hanging around on my skewers. So I'm going to trim this off with a super sharp knife and discard that. Don't feed it to your dogs, please. And then once I have it trimmed up, then I'm going to make one slice down the center. And I always, try to use a fork so it keeps it from sliding around too much. And then I'm just going to go into cubes with it from here. And then this is what we're going to end up putting in as a marinade. So of course we have our chupacabra, and then of course olive oil and Worcestershire. So that's what's in this marinade. We're going to add this to it, and for the rest of the day this will sit until we're ready to put it on skewers and go into the grill. So I've got a tray full of kabobs here. Now you've noticed I've got an onion put in on some of them. Some people choose to do onions and bell peppers or other vegetables, zucchini. I'm just a big fan of what the onion can do to the meat. I don't actually eat the onion. And then I got a couple of skewers on here, don't have anything. So we're going to go put those on the Traeger. French fries made from real potatoes, and we have a couple of skillets on outside, and we're going to deep fry those, so get ready for a treat. Another thing about the French fries, we have these soaking in a salt water solution, so essentially it was just sea salt and water. We skin the potatoes with a peeler, and Holly then chopped them into about as uniform of fries as she could, and even chopping off some of the ends so we didn't have the sharp ends on them. But I'm a big fan of not having the skin on. That's just my preference. Some people leave the skin on. But the brine water, the soak isn't very long. I mean, we may soak these 5 or 10 minutes before they actually go into the pot. And that makes all the difference in the flavor that we get out of these. Earlier I'd mentioned about not feeding the fat scraps to your dog. And I'm kind of joking, but I'm really not. I'm serious because I know that some of you probably do this. Pancreatitis is a risky situation, and when we feed an animal a lot of fat, and there's an article that I'm going to post with this video. But when you feed an animal too much animal fat, whether it's cooked or not, they have a tendency, or they get a higher probability of getting pancreatitis, and this is a disease that can kill the animal quickly. So we've got our grease right now. If we take a temperature of the center without touching the bottom of the pan, we're right at 335 degrees, but if I go to the edge of the pan, it's always higher in temperature to get that there. So the alternative to using a griddle, of course, is to take your cast iron skillet and put it on top of a propane powered fish fryer or something like that. The problem is your temperature can get way hotter than 350, and you can actually create a situation where you scorch your french fries or anything else that you're trying to fry. It'll burn them. So we'll make sure that we get some separation. They can glue together if we're not careful. And do watch the pops, because I've drained off the water, the salt water, but it's still going to pop a little bit when you put them in. So you need to watch for the pops. You don't want them on your skin. But I'm running 2 because we took 2 taters to get this amount. I'm running 2 skillets because it's a little faster operation when we can split, 1 tater per skillet rather than putting 2 or 3 taters into 1 skillet, which takes way, way longer. We're at 6 minutes now, almost 7. Looking good. So we're going to give these a flip and then give them another 3 to 5, maybe 7, we'll see. I'm going to take this meat thermometer. I'm going to give a couple of these a poke and see where our temperature is. No shame in this, y'all. So I want them to be right around 145 to 150 before I pull them off. 139 is rare. So we're getting pretty close to rare. And that one right there, we'll go ahead and test this other piece here. Okay, so at this point, we're at 6 minutes on each side. It's hot out here, it's 98 degrees. We'll give this one a poke right here and see where we're at. Now we're in the 40s, so it's time to pull these off. So there it is, y'all. And don't forget, you gotta get yourself a badass Malbec with these too. Bon appetit.